Well, hello all. Good morning to some of you, good afternoon to others, and good evening to still others. We're spread all the way from Prague and England and Ireland to the west coast of California, where I am speaking from. The background is my little studio that I'm using as my bedroom, so that's why you see a bed and back. Don't get thrown by that. Um, but yes, I'm here visiting my grandchildren and my son and his wife. And we're just having a great time. And it's reminding me, in the stress of the tumble and constant attention of the children, to take this pause, take my pause, do a little of what I'm going to show you, which settles my mind down, which loosens up my skeleton, my muscles, my internal fluids. I get things calmed down and rolling again, and I'm good to go for another pillow fight. Well, I'm sure all of us have had one of the most stressful years that we can remember in recent times. So there couldn't be a more perfect time for us to have a practice to de-stress ourselves. And by de-stress ourselves, I mean we will be addressing muscular patterns, releasing just the jittery quality that our lives have taken on, and also reach much deeper than that to begin softening, lengthening, and releasing and feeling that process in all of the little habituated patterns we built in to our musculature. All my repetitive habits that I do over and over and over that become a template that never quite turn off. So this will be uh, a, a tuning down of tone, a tuning off of those circuits that have been habituated so deeply. And those are the ones, whether they be through repetitive motion or periods of compensation when we've injured ourselves and have had to switch the whole body up to accommodate a limp, to accommodate an injured shoulder, to take care of an injured hand. And I hope to give you tools, number one, for your own self-care. And if I can excite you to make a daily practice of some part of this repertoire that we'll be working through for the next for our 6 classes. And I also hope I will be giving those of you that are practitioners tools this morning in particular to take care of those fatigued hands, fatigued forearms, fatigued shoulder sockets, and refresh all that neural flow, refresh all that liquid flow, heighten sensory awareness and all the little nerve ends that are implanted in my arms and my hands that give my hands their active vitality, sensation coming in, which we'll be focusing a lot on, the sensations we're creating by these gentle movements. And motor output coming through the other side of the nervous system that is more and more effectively directing what I'm doing with my hands, with my arms, with my shoulders, to just free up all that movement, nerve movement, fluid movement, skeletal movement, muscular movement. Now I want to say a little bit about the nature of these unexercises that we'll be going through. What we'll be playing with is just an endless open-ended exploration of using little jiggling, swaying, bouncing movements in our skeleton and in all of our soft tissues to soften, release, to create a sense of ease in movement, a sense of peace in the body, and a sense of serene calm and attentiveness in the mind. All of that's going to be working together. And there cannot be anything more important to our connection between our busy little brains and our busy little bodies down there than heightening sensory awareness. And that really is the cornerstone of what all these movements we'll be playing with this morning are about. Feeling more particularly, feeling fingernails as they bounce, feeling all the bones in our hands as we will be gently bouncing and swaying and flippy flopping our hands. Every movement is an opportunity to feel more, to jiggle bones and tissues more so that they excite more nerve ends, so they send a more complete picture of my body. This morning, a complete picture of my hands, my arms, and my shoulder sockets up here. And this is the opposite of any kind of forceful stretching. It's the opposite of building strength and pumping up. It's about bringing those pumps down so that things can have a deep state of tissue and mental relaxation and searching for that feeling. We will come more and more deeply into that feeling as things progress. And we'll take pauses every now and then to see how all that is playing out in your system. I want to hear about what you're feeling, what's new, what's heightened as we take our pauses between periods of movement. So this is not about anything more than just deep relaxation, softening of the tissues, bouncing of the fluids, lengthening of all my muscle cells, so things have more space, so things have more room to move and to feel in there. So it is, I like to think of it as really the opposite of exercise. It's unexercise, if you will. It is deepening, deepening, deepening into a fullness of fluid movement, of rich sensations, and exploring every little nook and cranny of that body image down there, and feeding the brain with those feeling states, with those images I'll be tossing out. So I want to get a little sip here. So as you're watching me, you have two options. With my camera angles and whatnot this morning, it's going to be best for me to be standing most of the time to show you what I'm doing with my hands and arms in this exploration we'll be doing today. If you prefer to sit, which you certainly can, it's important to have a chair that doesn't have arms. So that your arm is able to freely dangle down past your chair bottom there, because we want nothing but air around these arms and hands. Nothing to obstruct your movement. All right, I'm going to take a short inward pause so that I can change my gears and collect my wits about me to change my camera angle and begin my own self-exploration. And I want to make that point. This is for me as much as it is for you. Believe me, I have the year's stresses and strains. I have practitioner's hands. I have the emotional clatter of my past and my present and what's going on with me. So I will be joyfully deepening myself as I lead you to deepen yourselves in this feeling, in this flood of sensations, in this searching, searching, searching for this feeling of ease and calm and a nothingness in the body and mind, if you will. So